see. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Feels so good to be, yeah, yeah, right now, right now. The lips of wisdom are sealed. They are open only to those who are ready for truth. Christ himself said, "Don't cast your pearls onto swines." Christ was never nice. Christ wasn't just even a being that walked this earth. Christ himself spoke about oneness, the connection to the divine. That was the message that Yahshua or Jesus came to speak about. Christ was a rebel. He broke down the illusion world, dismantled it, tore it limb from limb. That's what he did. He walked into churches and capsided the table because of the blasphemy that they were doing in those churches. Christ himself said this: "Those of you with no sin, cast the first stone." I know Jesus' teachings. I grew up in a Christian home. My background is that of a Christian lifestyle. I've been in the Matrix. I know what the Matrix is. Now that I'm awake and out of the Matrix, there's no going back in for me. With this being said, how long have I been awake? Well, it first started in 2021. I went through a major breakdown. Lost a job, lost a home, lost a girlfriend, lost everything. I felt like giving up. I felt like the world was caving in on me. I felt like I was going crazy. It was not a nice feeling at all. No one I was around could have even understood me. I had no one to talk to explain to me what I was going through. Little did I know, back then I was simply growing into my truest nature, evolving. Now I know though, back then I didn't. Back then I was crushed. But through it all, I still stuck true to who I am. I never gave up on myself. Nope. I've had weird experiences that I know that some people can't understand unless they have actually encountered it. The synchronicities, the way the divine is always with us. In every waking present moment. I walked by faith even though I felt like the world was against me. I walked in trust even though I felt like I was all alone. I still kept strong. I still kept treading on. And here I am now, sharing this message with you, in hopes that it will bring forth some type of clarity for you. See, during COVID, that was my roughest time yet. I don't know. No, I did not know why I was to go through that. Until now. And the only how I was able to see clearly why was by me simply giving thanks for it. I had was to open my eyes to give thanks for even the suffering that I endured. I've been on the streets, slept on pavements, a bar table, a park, an abandoned car, a tent in the bushes, an unfinished house. I've been in the wilderness, the darkest places on earth. And when I say dark, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean in the darkness that I was facing, I found beauty there. Meaning, while I was in the bushes, up in the mountains, I found myself. The truth of who I am. The truth of what was. That made me whole again. Because I had no choice but to love myself. I had no choice but to go within myself. And that's what being in the darkness taught me. It taught me how to fortify. It taught me how to build my structure. It taught me how to control my emotions. I have total body awareness. Fully in control of my emotions. I allow my emotions to rise through and through every single chakra. If I feel sadness, I allow myself to be there. If I feel anger, I allow myself to be there. If I feel fear, I allow myself to be there. But the truth is, all of those emotions are my lower density vibrations. Those are my earth chakras. But the rest of them are my higher self chakras. So as I transcend fear, well, I need to transcend sadness first, which I'm doing now. I went down to just be in this moment, feel whatever, I allow myself to go down. I allow myself to come down from control. And all I'm simply doing now is rising again. Through the sadness, I took a deep breath. And let go of the hurt that I still had within me, that still resided within me from the experience. See, through talking about the experience, it brought up that emotional feeling of how it felt when I was in the experience. And then, as I fell into that for a second, I regained consciousness and said to myself, while speaking to you guys, I am not my emotions. I am the one observing it. I feel it. I know it's there. I appreciate it. It's a part of who I am. And thus, my experiences also in life. But it is not who I can become moving forward. So I don't choose to stay in my own emotions unless there is a lesson to be learned there, or unless I need to vent and release it, like I just simply did. private time, I will. I do that. I have no need for sympathy, for others to feel sorry for me. This is why I control my energy to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect at this, but I am at a very high state. It's 3 years now I've been awake. I've been helping, I've been on the ground, on the floor, doing the work day in, day out, helping those around me in need of my help. In need of my help. Before I even started making YouTube videos. I've been doing this, even behind closed doors, because it's who I am. I speak the truth, because I'm tired of seeing my people, my brothers and sisters, my family, enslaved, trapped in a cage. I'm tired of that. I can't stand to see them there anymore. It's not where they're supposed to be. It's not where they are meant to be. They came here to be free. They came here to just be able to be who they choose to be. And when I see the system controlling them, spewing lies every day, in the media, controlling them with technology, it's like, I know what it feels like to be there. And that's not a good feeling. Stressed out, don't know where to turn, don't know what's going on, confused. What's right, what's wrong, what's truth. I've been there. That's no place that I wish on even my worst enemy. Because why? I'd rather wish good unto my quote-unquote enemies. Because they're not my enemies. They're just trapped, slaved, engaged. A spell cast over their eyes. Hurt from what has been done to them throughout their lives. But I mean this one or past lives. There's a lot of hurt that has caused a lot of pain and suffering. Which no one should have had to go through that amount of suffering. No one should not have. Like, that's the truth. See, the only type of suffering that we are to endure are the sufferings of the lessons that we learn. Example, while building these pieces, I pounded my finger twice, and that was painful. I suffered. The pain, the consequences of my actions for trying to build these pieces quickly. But in that suffering, I learned a lesson. When pounding that hammer, move my finger, or else mistakes can happen. But it wasn't really a mistake, because if I did not pound my finger, I would not have gained the wisdom not to leave my finger like that. And this is why I say to you, everything is synchronicity. There are no mistakes really. Because even the mistakes lead you to the outcome or the destination where you are meant to be. See, living by faith is not for the weak. Living by trust is not for the weak. It's not for the meek. It's for the wolves. It's for the brave. Those who dare to follow their hearts. Those who dare to do the unthinkable. Those who dare to stay true to who they are. We are structured, highly structured, disciplined, highly disciplined. Like, you want a job done, Capricorn is the one. But that being said, that can be difficult at times to deal with, especially if you're being around me. Because the truth is, sometimes it's hard to let go of that. It's in my nature. I'm here to build, I'm here to be a builder. But they took that away from me. They told me I can't be that way. They told me not to be who I am, a part of who I am. So I had also put aside who I am to please other people's egos and their desires, to make them comfortable, to make them feel good when I'm around them. And all of this caused me to suppress who I am. And this is why in a lot of my videos that I make, I say to you guys all the time, most of the time, don't care about people's opinions of who you are. Because you are the number one player. No one should ever be in control of your life. What it is you choose to do in your life. No one. But you see, my analytical mind, I don't analyze things for the worst case scenario. I analyze things for the best case scenario. I'm detailed. I am a designer. I love the simple things in life. This is who I am. I am an artist. My life is art. I pour my energy into my art, into my craft. Whether that be making YouTube videos for you guys, music, or just demonstrating my life in general. Being out there in nature, sharing my experiences. I do my best to make my art pop. That's what I use my analytical mind for. I analyze for that reason, and that reason only. Sometimes analyzing things to make things look neat, to make things look good, can lead to perfectionism, which I deal with on a regular. I am also a perfectionist at times, and oftentimes I have to humble myself and let go of the perfectionism mentality. And in doing so, though, I've learned that this is where perfection actually comes. In these tables, I did not have the right equipment. All I had was a saw that I borrowed from a friend, a drill, a hammer, some nails, and some screws, and got some paint, and some sandpaper. That's all I had. So this job may have been able to be done very easily and very quickly if I had the right tools. And it may have came out a lot better than it is now. So you all may not see it, but I see the little cracks. I see that even the edges are not rounded. I see so much things that can still be enhanced in it. But when I find myself straying there, I say things like this to myself. Be proud of how far you've come. Be proud of what you've already done. Because it looks great. It looks amazing. But because we have been programmed for so long to always being overclocked, where in this system and this society they have taught us that we are never enough, we never do enough. In today's society they praise hard work. That's what they praise, hard work. And they don't praise soul's fulfillment, what you're passionate about. They don't do so because they don't want you in your truest essence, in your truest nature. If they allow you to be there, then they can easily control you and easily manipulate you. And that's just a fact. truest nature. You can't be controlled. Period. That can come across as rebellious for some. But you're not. You're just being who you are. Embracing your kind nature. Embracing the part of you that gets upset and needs to create distance at times. Balance between the two. See, you can't walk throughout this life simping for everybody, pleasing everybody. That will only lead to stress. That's where it led me. I know the road. I'm not going down that road. Been there, done that. It didn't work out for me. No. So I wrote a song about it. The Fifth Dimension is the name of that song. Beautiful song. And I said, we tried it their way. It did not work out for us. Let's try our way now. Let's see where this goes. All this simply means is that I don't know what life has to offer us. I don't know what is to come. I don't. Not really. I have an idea. But it doesn't have to play out that way. Because life is mirroring back our present moments to us. What we do now in the present can alter the future. But based on our current trajectory, only 1% of this population is awake. 99% is sleeping. Sheep, guinea pigs, running around like headless chicken, just following the crowd, doing what they're told. Simon says. Simon says green light, they go. Simon says red light, they stop. 99%. And with this being said, as much as I do know a lot about some of these things, I am still learning. I am still healing. I am still growing. I'm not perfect. Nowhere close to being perfect. I've done some things also in my videos that's not the best. In my meditations, I've realized that okay, the universe wants me to make a change, and the change the universe wants me to make is to stop cursing, stop saying the word fuck, and I'll do so, and I'll apologize for going down that route. Some people just don't understand. So I can compromise and make that change. Because this is also who I am. I know how to compromise. I can compromise. It's beneficial, not just to the person, but also for me. And it's beneficial for my group if I am to be a teacher. And teach in a way where people can understand a little better. So I compromise there, because it's not that much of a compromise, right? I'm not attached to the wood. Just feel like a badass doing it. But the universe is like, sometimes humble. That's one of the lessons that I had to learn. So, this being said, my life is not fixed as much as I'm structured, as much as I'm disciplined. I'm always open to change. So I can't change my mind at any given time. I am the writer. I am the author of my story. I am the creator. I am that I am. Peace is who I am naturally. Love flows through me fluently. victorious. I become even more stronger. This is why I also sang a song. No matter how much we get knocked down, we just get back up. And we grow even stronger. We grow through the pain. We grow through it. For your mind, for your heart, for your soul. See, in this song, there's a lot of quotes. But I dropped a lot of gems and jewels. All the keys are hidden within your sacred heart. And the only way you can access your sacred heart starts from self-love. But you need to love yourself first, 100%. Some might find that selfish. Some might find that you should not. But the truth behind that is, when you love yourself 100%, you have way more love to give to others. Because you're coming from a place of wholeness. Because you're coming from a place of fulfillment. And to love yourself means to love every single crack in your table, every single dent, every single part of who you are. Your fears, the parts of you that you know are not the best, that needs work, that needs a little tweaking. All of that have to be accepted. You just work on becoming better as you go along. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I say to you, if you've made it down this far throughout this entire message, love yourself 100%. Look yourself in the mirror and stop running from yourself. Because the truth is, the raw, hardcore truth is, your judgment of yourself is what stresses you out. God doesn't even judge you. Really doesn't. God is simply just teaching you lessons. This is why I say to you, if you can see the lessons that the divine is teaching you, then you can also see the blessings that is always right here and now, in this present moment. God is simple. The most simplest of entities there is. This is why God pays close attention to the details in life, the simple things, to enhance it, and to make it better in any way, form, or fashion. Because that's what we are here for. That's what we are to use our minds for. To enhance this world, to enhance this planet, to evolve. And this is why, for me, I learn from anyone that has something beneficial to offer me once it resonates with me. And that can be even a homeless guy. A homeless guy taught me a beautiful lesson the other day that I didn't realize until he reminded me that he was just walking on the road, and as he was walking, he stopped and he did this, and he was speaking to himself, and I was like, just there, observing him. While observing him, he was speaking so softly, so comforting, so warm, so gentle. I'm like, wow. He learned how to suppress himself so much, disregarded his structure so much, his masculine nature so so much to the point where he would have just kept himself cooped up in a cocoon because he always felt like he was the wrong one. He kept it all inside until it sent him staring mad. Now he's on the streets, smoking drugs. Don't know who hurt that man so badly, but I understand. This is why men out there also need to understand this. Speak. Don't stop speaking. But it's not what you say, how you say it. That's a lesson that I had to learn. Not all the time. You need to get low. No? So that's also parts of myself that I'm dealing with, working on. So as you can see, even a homeless man who people may think is staring mad can teach you something. But you need to change the lens which you view life through. Like you can't be viewing life through the same lens over and over and expecting to get a different view. No, it doesn't work like that. And this is why two heads always work better than one. I'm good on my own. I'm fine alone. But of course I want company. Of course I want someone who can also be on the same wavelength with me and also help me to grow. Of course I do. I love company. But I love being alone with good people. So for me, if someone's not bringing forth to me good energy and their intentions towards me are not pure, they don't get my energy. That's why that part of me switches off. I no longer give them that level of energy. Because why? They're not grateful for me. They don't appreciate me. Those who appreciate me and love me will get my energy. Simple. Am I wrong for that? No. But we weren't taught to live like that. We were taught yet again to be a people pleaser. And that, my friend, is not the way to live. No. I would definitely love to be loving to every single one of them in my presence. But I can't do that with everyone. Some people I need to love at a distance. Because in truth, to become illuminated, highly awakened, spiritually enlightened, is to release yourself from hatred. So for me, I have no hate. I have no enemies. I hate no one. But those with ill intent, I keep my distance from. I allow them to be who they are. That's who they are. That's who they choose to be. But I don't have to choose to go down that road with them. That tit for tat. That do for do. That revenge. No. They can choose to stay there. This is why sometimes I don't even care to defend myself. Because I know who I am. I've had enough time explaining myself to so much different people. And that's a waste of breath. Especially when it comes to people who have no understanding. just have no understanding, but no compassion or care or empathy for others. Yeah, I choose not to use my energy there. That's about it for this message, guys. Just share with you guys here some deep insight of who I am, and I hope that this message has brought you some type of clarity and a deeper understanding of who you are. Because the truth is, we are all reflections of each other. We are all mirrors. This life is only reflecting back to us what we are. A vibration unmatched. That's why I say to you, God doesn't judge. God is always looking out for you. God is always there with you, guiding you. So keep believing, keep trusting. Not just believe, but know that everything is working out in your best interest. Everything. No mistakes, only synchronicities. I am Falcon. I've changed my name from Peacekeeper. I'm Falcon now. I am the seer. As I saw through my life now, no matter what comes my way as usual, not backing down. That's what falcons do. Falcons don't waste their energy. No. These small birds. No. It just keeps on flying. It keeps rising. Higher and higher and higher. Until those little swines, the little pecks can no longer have it. That's who I am now. In this present moment. There you go. Just change my mind. Live on camera. Hope you guys enjoyed this message. Peace, love.